Hey Mixies, welcome back to another track, and if you're new, my name is Ray. Welcome to Ray's Mixtape, where I drop a new track every week. Jumping right into this gorgeous install, let's get started on the foundation. Starting with clean, blow-dried hair, I'm going to go ahead and section out my leave-outs. I'm doing my leave-out all the way across. This gives me the option of doing a flip over and also having a part when I want to. And I'm keeping it very minimal. I did probably half an inch of leave-out. I split the remaining hair in half to prepare for 2 braids. Y'all know me, I don't like to do a lot of work, so I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So we're just going to do 2 braids and that's it. And this is how the foundation is looking. We're going to cross our braids, fold them up, and apply 2 black caps. 1 thick regular black cap and 1 HD cap. Just helps me be able to see under it when I do 1 thin cap instead of 2 thick caps, because baby, I can't see. Now for the mold, what I'm going to do is cut out my ear tabs so that my cap can lay nice and flat, and apply spritz all over it and blow dry. Once that is dry, I'm going to add glue to the part in the front right behind my leave out. This is going to make sure that my cap stays down once I cut it. And do notice that I didn't put glue where my part is going to be because I don't want black cap to be right in that area. And no, this method does not get glue on your hair because we sprayed that spritz down first. And we're also applying the glue to the part area, not on the hair. Here I'm applying the shield all over my hair for a second layer of protection. Once that's completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and cut off both caps, doing 1 cap at a time. Now our mold is complete, and I'm so glad I'm a girl. It's such a blessing because baby, this head shape. But anywho, let's get into this color, y'all. I'm dropping a video next on how I got this color because it's fall and the girls, I know y'all ready for these fall colors. But get into it. Yeah. So for the placement of the closure, I'm going for a side part. The way I place it can also be a middle part if you want to, but the placement of the closure is going to be above your part. And what I mean by that is you want to place it above where you actually want your closure to sit. Don't set it exactly where you want your closure to sit because by the time you sew it on, it's going to be back some. So scoot it up above where you want it to be. It's going to look crazy. Like, why am I sewing my closure up here? Just do it. Trust me. Sew it above where you want it to actually lay. This is very important when you're doing your closure behind your hairline because that closure has to sit perfectly right for your hair to blend in with it so that it's not noticeable. If your closure is too far back, they gonna know you got on a closure with your hair in the front. So we're just sewing it on like normal. I'm using a scrap piece of closure because like I said, I don't dip in my inventory. I try not to. This is from a frontal that I cut into 3 pieces to have 3 closures, and I done did 3. This the 3rd install I done did with the last final piece. So since this was a smaller piece, I went ahead and did it behind the hairline because it just worked out better that way since it was small. Rather than having one of them itty bitty parts, I hate a short part. Alright, now that I have it all sewed on, it's laying nice and flat. There's just one little corner that's kind of not down like I want it to be, so I'm just going to tack that down and then we're going to be good to go. And I just do this by going through the very edge of the closure and then going through the very edge of the cap. And it keeps it down nice and neat. If you've seen my versatile Quickweave video, then you already know about the shoestring. I love the shoestring because it's very thin and it can fit in between where my leave out is and the closure, so that closure can melt down really, really good. Now for track placement. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but we use 2 bundles and a scrap piece of closure. One bundle is a brand new bundle. The other bundle was cut up pieces that I had from another install. We're splitting up the placement to 2 sections. The first section will be from my nape all the way up to my ear, just going left to right. And for my cut up pieces, I'm just going to connect pieces to make a full track, like I'm doing here. Ignore how big that root is. Like I said, these tracks was cut up, so I tried to roll it as nice as I could into a bundle. So yeah, some pieces have more root than others, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to be covered up anyway. As far as the color placement, y'all, I changed it 3 times. So here I'm doing the darker bundle at the bottom, and then the lighter bundles, and then a little bit more dark bundles on top. Then I decided, I think it's too dark and I want to have the lighter on top. So you're going to see it change to where it's light on the top. In a minute, I'll let y'all know when. But then I end up changing it again back to it being dark on top. That's the final result. So, yeah. But now we're just doing temple to temple, left to right, all the way up until it is closed off. Alright, so you can see it's darker here, and then bam, I switched it to the lighter bundles at the top. But like I said, the final result of this video, at the very end, you will see it back to the dark version. So y'all can tell me which one y'all like better. But as you can see, this part is a hot mess. Back when I had this frontal, I over bleached the knots, so I'm gonna have to fix that. It's an easy fix, so no worries. I'll show you exactly how you can fix over bleached knots. But I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out this hair and apply the hot comb, get it nice and pressed out so we can do our cut. I don't always flat iron my hair before cutting and curling, but because I want to do like a messy blowout look, I'm gonna go ahead and press out the hair and then cut it and curl it. Looking back at this footage, I feel like I should have kept it lighter with the lighter bundles on top. I feel like it had more definition that way and it just looks better, but oh well, it is what it is. Now for this hot mess of a closure, I'm gonna go ahead and get my part nice and straight and then hot comb it nice and flat. And then to fix it, I'm applying temporary color spray. That's all I'm doing. It's easy, real simple. Use the rat tail comb and the temporary hairspray and it'll fix bleach knots, over bleach knots. This is the color spray that I am using, and you just want to make sure that you spray it kind of far away, not close, because it would look a hot mess if you do that. That looks better already. I'm going to add some concealer to my part and then I'll do a final spray at the end. So I know it's still a little messed up, but you want to apply some concealer and then spray it one more time and then it will look perfect. I curled my baby hairs and used spritz to comb them into place. And now we can get started on our cut. So I'm going to do just basic layers, not heavy, but basic, but still popping. So we're just going to do our face framing layers, cutting down at a diagonal on both sides. When you're cutting your own hair, you just have to find a comfortable hand position for you. You will notice like I kind of switch my hand around depending on how I'm cutting, just to get very comfortable before I cut my hair. Like I switch my hand this way and then I'm kind of gonna switch it again when it gets a little uncomfortable. So you kind of just have to kind of like just work with it. So after the face framing layers, we're going to go in subsections, vertical sections all the way around the head. And you're going to take each section up and all the way over. And the way we're cutting this is going to maintain our length. So the hair at the bottom travels up the furthest. So it's going to be shorter when you get to the top. And that's going to be your guide. So that short piece, which is the longest length of hair, is going to be our guide. It's going to look short because it traveled up the furthest, if that makes sense. And we're going to do that all the way around our head. And when you drop it, you should see your layers. So once again, you want to take your section, comb it all the way up and over, and you will see that short guide. And we're going to cut everything that's longer than that. And this is how you know you're doing a really good cut, when the hair is already falling into place without even being curled. That's a good cut. Alright, so that completes our cut. Everything is looking good, so we're going to go ahead and get started on curling. Okay, so we're going to take Sebastian Shaper Plus hairspray, apply that all over the hair, and we're going to curl under. I curled the front under and I curled the back flipped up, but I later curled it all under and it looked way better. So, like I said, do as I say, not as I do. Curl it all under. Drop the curl into your hand, pin them up, and let them cool off. Like I said, I curled the front under, and then the back section I split it in half and I curled them all flipped up. And I'm just still showing you this because it still came out cute, and it gives you another option of how you can curl it. But me personally, I liked the under all over better, and you'll see that at the very end. So this way still came out very cute. I didn't leave the curls up that long. I just let them cool and then took them right down. So it gave that loose blowout look. And yeah, it still came out very cute. But this here is when I curled it all under and I let them sit while I did my makeup. And it's just giving a little bit more extra for me. So let me know which way y'all like it. Also, let me know if y'all liked it lighter or darker version, because this is the darker version when I move the darker bundles to the top. So yeah, just let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's more on the way. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.